Hey guys, how you doing? This is the one, the only GHN01 blogger, and I'm back. This is a special edition. I know you guys missed me. It's been a while. Plus, I got here now. I know everybody's in shock. I said, "Yo, Corona or no Corona, it is what it is." And I'm here with my special guest, L Selector. As usual, he will definitely, chop it up with you guys. But you know what? Don't touch that dial. We're gonna do a quick countdown and we're gonna get back to this. This is GHN01 blog and El Selecta. Canada versus Mexico. Hey guys, welcome back. This is GHN01 blogger. You know what it is, the number one blogger in this world. And I'm here with El Selector, man. El Selector, man, how you doing this evening? Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you for having me. I'm doing very well, actually. Very impressive game. We were treated with those who were able to catch the game. I know a lot of people, some people watched, a lot of people didn't, but we were able to watch a special. Basically, I think it was a really good game, to say the least.
Yeah, it definitely was. I enjoyed it. It was definitely a barn burner of a game. That's what I could definitely say. A lot of shocking points. I know a lot of people didn't expect this, but hey, I know it says Canada basketball on my shirt, but as they usually say, we all play for Canada. So, either way, I'm still representing. Let's get into Canada's first 11 that they played tonight. It was actually a World Cup qualifier. They played in the snowy Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, at the Commonwealth Stadium, where also CFL team, the Edmonton Eskimos, play. They're not called Edmonton Eskimos again because of the whole Eskimo thing. But let's get back to it. Canada's first 11 that featured today was, first things first, goalkeeper by the name of Milan Bojan. Then we had Daniel Henry, former TFC guy. Kamal Miller, shout out to the Jamaican. Alistair Johnston, Steven, Esta, Quio. And then we had the big man Atiba Hutchinson. We're going to get back to Atiba Hutchinson because, today was a very big day for him. Sam Adegupe. Shout out to the Nigerian. If I butchered your name, my brother, I'm sorry. Please, no vex, no vex. Then we have Ghanaian Richie Lyra. Shout out to the Ghanaian. Kyle Laren, the Jamaican. Alfonso Davis, the Ghanaian, via Liberia. And we had the amazing sensation from Brampton, Ontario, by the name of Tajon Buchanan. Tajon Buchanan is actually not related to Khadija Buchanan. She plays for the Canadian women's national team and also a great and exceptional player. Canada, 2, Mexico, 1. Guys, this was a historic match. This is the first time Canada has actually beaten Mexico on Canadian soil in 45 years. I feel like Canada could have won this game 5 or 6-0. I mean, there were a lot of mishaps, but overall, I feel like Canada played a solid game. I don't want to get into the analytics as yet. Again, we're here with El Selector, and I'd like El Selector, to give his feel, his analytics on the Canada versus Mexico World Cup qualifier.
Yeah, honestly, I thought it was a good game. To be honest with you, I thought Canada did an excellent job. We were able to have home court, well, home field advantage, and also home climate advantage as well, which played a humongous factor in our victory. It was -7 degrees Celsius over there, and it was a really good one right now. Yeah, it was a good one. I enjoyed it. Honestly, I think Canada really definitely did the best we can do as far as defeating Mexico. Congratulations to, the one, the only Kyle Laren for the 2 goals. Shout outs to him. He's a local guy from GTA. These guys are all from the
Sigma
area.
FC, baby.
Shouts to Sigma FC, bro. Mississauga Development Academy over there, and he's a product of that academy, that system over there. And yeah, definitely it's paying dividends now because you're seeing what it's doing right now. As far as champ, we're very close to getting to the World Cup. We haven't been to the World Cup since geez, when was the last time we went to the World
86, 1986.
1986? So we're talking about 30 plus years ago. You know what I mean? 35 years ago. So it's a
Yep,
very long
about
time
that.
since we yeah, it's a very long time since we actually even made it to the World Cup. You see what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it's just a telltale sign, but we're still not there yet. I think we definitely did a good game. We played our hearts out. Excellent goaltending by the goalkeeper. He really did. He did
Milan
probably one of.
Bojan.
Yep, he did an excellent job. Very tall, wiry, very athletic. You know what I mean? Didn't let the cold phase him. You could see at the beginning the Mexicans were having an issue with the weather
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
I'm telling you right now, some of these
Hmm.
guys have never played in this kind of condition. Maybe several of them have. I know there's a guy out there in Atletico. He might have played in conditions pretty similar to this, but as far as that goes, not too many have actually played in this condition. So as you can see, the condition did play a huge factor in shaping the matchup and how the game was played. And basically, Canada as a whole, we did what we can do. We played a really good game. We were able to. We could have won by a bit wider margin. Several calls, referees were. We're going to get into all that later, but the referees were kind of a little bit. There was some funny calls going on over there, especially in that second half of the matchup over there, the second leg or the second half. But at the same time, though, overall, I enjoyed what I saw. I think Canada did a really good job. We're able to, I believe we're first in the group standings now, so which is
Yes, we
good.
are. That is true.
Um, so we wrap up the year 2021 with as far as we wrap it up. We'll be back next year.
With a
Uh,
big W.
exactly. So hopefully, I mean, knock on wood, but we gotta keep up that momentum. We gotta stay level headed, and we gotta just right to the finish line. March 30th is the big day. April 1st is the election where they're going to announce where each group standing is going to be, where each team is going to play. So we're looking forward to hopefully, God willing, hearing our name called and raising the curse. This is a team that we've been following, myself and Ghana's #1 blogger have been following since a while now. We've been following this team. I had to push him on that bandwagon at first. You know what I mean?
It's true.
I had to
It's
tell him, hey,
true.
bro, we gotta support, man. This is, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you guys understand like what this really means to us as a team because there's a lot that played into this. You know what I mean? We were coming up in those days in the 2000s where they were trying to build the national team and they were coming up with these development programs to get these guys ready for what's about to happen next. So, congratulations to Canada, great win, and I'm gonna let my guy GNH go from there.
Guys, it's plain and simple. I know you guys don't want to hear about a lot of stuff, but Canada played a formation of 3-4-2-1. If you're not familiar with this formation, it's basically one striker up top with two, I would say, one forward up top, and you have your midfielders sectioned off in a way, and then also having three defenders at the back. So definitely you can tell Canada was definitely not respecting Mexico's prowess. They said to themselves, yo, we're on home soil. We're going to do the damage. Also, I was going to ask El Selector if he felt that, them playing in a cold climate was also a factor, to Canada, you know, getting this win. I definitely say yes. I feel like it was a strategy because I thought about it this afternoon because I didn't even realize that they were playing in Edmonton until probably about 1-2 because I didn't really check up on what's going on. And then that's when I was like, oh, they're playing in Edmonton, but Edmonton is snowing. So that means that for those of you who know this, Edmonton, as in the Commonwealth Stadium where the Edmonton Eskimos play, they use artificial turf. So just imagine artificial turf is basically a situation of obviously not real grass. And the way it's maintained is that um, in the underbelly, they use actually um, car tire material, and just imagine it's frozen, so it's like a frozen tundra. And these players are obviously playing with cleats. So imagine trying to cut through that. And you can see obviously it caused a lot of injuries. Milan Bojan, you see he was on the floor once or twice. Also, I even noticed guys on various guys on the Canadian national team. But the beautiful thing about Canada was I feel like from the beginning there were live wires. This game could have clearly been 7-8 nothing. This was a shock because we're talking. This is Mexico here. Like you don't expect these type of games, but also you got to understand this is a brand new Canadian team. We've never seen this type of football from Canada before. You have guys like Kyle Laren. Shout out to Kyle Laren, by the way. For those of you that don't know, Kyle Laren is actually on the top of the CONCACAF scoring standings right now in terms of scoring. We also have a guy like Alfonso Davies that plays for Bayern Munich. Kyle Laren actually plays for Besiktas in Turkey with Atiba Hutchinson. On top of that, we have Jonathan David, who plays for Lille. Shout out to Lille. I believe last year they were or the year before that, they were the champions of the French League. Oh, we also have guys like Kamal Miller. We have Jonathan Osorio from TFC, Richie Lyra, another Ghanaian who plays for Toronto FC. Like you can definitely see that there's a lot of talent on this team. You know, even going through the list, Tejan Buchanan. Tejan Buchanan is another guy that came up from the product of the under 20, and he also played for Sigma FC. Really, really impressive. You can tell there's also a lot of homegrown guys on this team, a lot of guys from Brampton, a lot of guys even within the GTA itself. So you can definitely say that, you know, we're very proud being GTAers, as in me, myself, and El Selector. For those of you that may not know, Richie Lyra actually went to school in Toronto, Ontario. He went to the famous school called Dante Alighieri Academy. So, you know, shout out to him. Um, Overall, what did I expect going into this game? I expected Canada to, you know, go full throttle, you know, them being at home, and especially the swagger Canada has. It's a different swagger. It is something that we haven't seen before. I felt like in this game, Canada truly unleashed the dragon. It was something special to watch. Every single time Canada got close to the net, I would jump. I got excited. Every single goal Canada scored, I celebrated. Shout out to Kyle Larin, man. Two beautiful goals for Canada. I can't say more. And I truly think this game was a Canadian heritage moment. It was beautiful. I'm not sure if it was on the first goal or the second goal. The guy named Sam, I don't know if you guys noticed. When Kyle Larin scored, there was actually a snowbank on the side, and they actually jumped into that snowbank, and I think that was pretty interesting. You know, for those of you that are Canadian who are on here, you know, definitely it's one of those things. You know, it reminded me of my childhood, maybe your childhood also, where it's remember, you know, you're in elementary school playing on the snowbanks. You know, it just brought me back to that feeling, and it was just like it was wowing. On another thing, John Herdman, who is also the former Canadian women's coach, I'm really impressed with what he's been able to do with the Canadian national team. I don't know if you guys checked out that article. John Herdman, I believe, was it Sky Sports? Don't quote me on it, but I know he had an interview with one of those UK based websites. For those of you who don't know, he came from the UK, came from the Sunderland Academy, basically went to New Zealand, and then eventually came over here. Basically, he said that he wasn't sought after in England So he said, you know what? He had to basically reinvent himself. Came to Canada, and now look, he went to fix the women's game, and you could. And the beautiful thing about him is he's won two bronze medals for Team Canada at the Olympics, and also won a gold. So he's definitely doing well. Yeah, John Herdman has definitely changed the culture of Team Canada. He's made us all believe now that what, with all this thing is going on, it's really impressive. Canada is in first place in CONCACAF. We've never seen that before. This is of epic proportions. El Selector, I'm going to talk a little more, but I feel like I've been talking a little bit much, and I want to add you in. How
keep
do you
going, bro.
but bro, how do you feel? Canada is in first freaking place. How do
Bro,
you feel, bro? How do you
honestly,
feel?
I feel good, but like I said, I gotta keep. There's nothing completed yet. The task is not completed. Task is not completed. I don't want to get too over my head. Canada does have a lot of matchups next up. Team
About
Canada
6 or 7
soccer.
matches left,
That's what I'm
from what I
saying. So,
understand.
bro,
7 matches, about
it's
seven.
a marathon. We got Honduras on January 27th. We got Honduras. Then we got the United States January 30th. Then we got El Salvador January 2nd, February 2nd. Then we have Costa Rica March 24th. Then we have Jamaica March 27th. Then we have Panama March 30th. I will not until this team makes it. I can't get carried away. I need to see them right now complete the task, complete the task, get this done, get the mission done. There's some hungry teams at the bottom there. Teams like
Word.
Costa Rica, we can't underestimate them. Teams like Panama, we cannot underestimate them. They still are in the mix technically.
That's true.
Teams like Panama, Costa Rica are in the mix technically. Jamaica could stun. They could make some stunners. El Salvador is not a team to sleep on, nor is Honduras.
And
These are
remember,
some tough wolves right here. This is not in CONCACAF. These are some teams that come from some very warm climates, very 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 gritty. Not the most, they might not be the most skilled teams, but they're the teams that they can hit you really good. They can give you that good punch, or that good reality check. I'm Until Canada gets through, no need to celebrate. We got to make sure we got to just stick by this team, rally around the guys, get these victories. We play USA one more time. USA is not a slouch. USA is going to make sure that they're going to try to get to that first.
hmm that is true.
You know what I mean? So we cannot underestimate our opponents. We don't have to see Mexico anymore, which is good, but we have to see USA. We have to see Honduras, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Panama, and Jamaica. So these are some teams, especially the United States is not a team to sleep on. Honduras, El Salvador, don't sleep on them as well.
That's true.
Costa Rica, you know what I mean? Jamaica and Panama. These are tough teams, man. You know what I mean? Tough, tough teams.
And I would like to quote the famous LeBron James: "The job's not finished." So therefore, we stay in motion
Mhm.
and cheer on our team,
Exactly.
and definitely, hope for the results that we need. I'm just going to get into some stats on the game, but first things first, I want to let you know Canada's form in the last 5 games. Um, let's put it this way: Canada's most recent game, as you guys know, we beat Mexico 2-1. On September 8th, 2021, we beat El Salvador 3-0. We tied with Mexico October 7th, 1-1. We also tied with Jamaica October 10th, 0-0. We beat Panama 4-1, and we beat Costa Rica 1-0 to actually start up our campaign. Right now, it's not looking good for Mexico because this is actually their third straight L that they've been given. So, Canada definitely put on the pressure. Um, let's talk about shots on goal. Surprisingly enough, Canada actually had less shots on goal than the Mexicans. But funny enough, Canada's goals, Canada's shots were more intentional than the Mexicans. Canada had 8 shots. They only had 4 shots on goal. Mexico had 12 shots, but only had 6 shots on goal. Shout out to Milan Bojan, the Canadian keeper. He was stellar in every sense. He was commanding all the way from the back, made sure to make key saves. That unfortunate goal that was actually scored closer to the end, it was off a set piece, corner, you name it. In terms of possession, Canada only had 41% of the possession compared to Mexico's 59. In terms of fouling, guys, there was a lot of fouling in this game, especially from the Mexicans, especially in the first half. It was a very physical, topsy-turvy affair, but Canada prevailed in the frozen tundra. Canada had 16 fouls compared to Mexico's 22. I felt also the ref let a lot of things go, but I felt like he needed to get the game under control. Yellow cards, Canada only got one, Mexico got two. Red cards, there was no red cards in this game, thankfully. Offsides, it was one apiece for both. Corner kicks, Canada had five. Mexico also had the same. On top of that, in terms of corner kicks, it was 5-5, which was both the same. Saves, Canada made 5 compared to Mexico's 2. That was basically the game in the box score right there. Another thing, shout out to Canada's captain, Brampton's finest, Atiba Hutchinson, who also plays for Besiktas in the Turkish Super League. Oh, not even Super League One. We're not playing French League here. Atiba Hutchinson has been a stellar player for the Canadian national team. I don't know if you guys remember a little bit back. He retired, but was asked to come back to the national team. And today he made his 90th appearance for the Canadian national team. He definitely put in a lot of work behind, basically on the back line for the Canadian national team. And, I definitely loved his play today. Um, Another thing I'd also like to talk about is I enjoyed the play of Taj Buchanan, young kid, under 20 star. He's also from Sigma FC. For those of you that don't know, that is an academy in Mississauga, and those guys are pushing out some blissful talent. Just so you know, don't quote me on this, but to my understanding, there's at least 3 Sigma FC graduates on the Canadian national team as we speak. Kyle Laren is one, Richie Lawera, who also went to Dante Alighieri, and the infamous Taj Buchanan. Um, Taj Buchanan, again, he's young. It's gonna take him time. But what I did see out there is I seen brute speed. Boy, that boy got speed. He is quick. Let me tell you. I enjoyed this game. Yes, he lost the ball a few times in the last third. It was unfortunate, but you know what it is. Overall, Canada won the game. I feel like Canada should have, squared the game at 3, because if any good football coach or any footballer knows, you at least score 3 goals. You demoralize the competition. The competition feels that they have no confidence to come back in this game. Mexico scoring that game actually gave them the confidence. And Canada was very, very, very lucky that Mexico did not ruin their night. For everybody's watching, I just want to give a big shout out to everybody. Thank you for coming to the GHN01 Blogger Live. We're talking about Canada and Mexico. Canada has a historic win. They have beat Mexico for the first time in 45 years on Canadian soil. Kyle Laren scoring both goals. Shout out to Kyle Laren, plays for Besiktas in Turkey. It was a wonderful night for Canadians. It was definitely proud. I would definitely say that this is a beautiful moment. Shout out to the Toronto Raptors. Shout out to the Montreal Alouettes. Edmonton Oilers, Toronto FC, you name it, Toronto Blue Jays. I give a shout out to all the Canadian teams. Going forward, again, as I said, Canada has at least 6 games left on their schedule. They ended out this beautiful year with a win and one of the biggest wins. As I said again, Canada were definitely not satisfied. We were definitely continuing to push. And the most important is that we get the results. If you're watching, I'd like to give a big shout out to TT. I see you. Thank you for continuing to support. And yes, this is GHN One Blogger live again. And I am with my special host, L Selector. L Selector, is there any more things you definitely like to add? I have more things, but I said, you know what? This is not just me on display. Everybody knows who I am. But, L Selector, if you'd like to chime in some more. And then, I will pass it on the back half, and then we'll bring this to a close. Right now it's 12:12 a.m. and it's definitely the next day in Canada right now as we speak Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. What was I gonna say, bro? Yeah, man, definitely just a great win overall. This was like one of those underground cult classic games that only some people get to see. Not too many see it, but when you see it, you know what you're seeing. This is one of those games where people are gonna be like, they'll remember this game, especially if they make it to the World Cup. This will be a game where people are like, yo, that team was on the come up, bro. That was one of those come up games, bro, and they displayed some adversity. They stuck in there, They played tough. They played rugged. They fought through. The referees were on some BS. It was cold. Mexico was out of their element, which was interesting to say. Mexico had to play through adversity, but Canada had to play even
Yeah,
more
they
adversity
had to.
because yep, because they hadn't beaten them in 45 years in Canada. So,
Hmm.
which is kind of embarrassing when you think about it, but not even kind of, it's extremely embarrassing, but it's humiliating to say the least.
Yeah, they've
Get
humiliated Canada on so many occasions, but Canada said, "Not today, bro. Not today.
exactly, exactly. Not today, yo. Today's the done. It's the end. It's a new era, bro. Yo,
Not
it's new era.
today."
It's a new era, bro, and we're not gonna go through the bullshit anymore. And salute to Canada for that. So salute to Canada. I love Canada for what they did. You know what I mean? What can I say? I like the tactics they played. The officiating was suspect, especially in that second half. I stated that earlier. I think the officiators were fucking on some. They were on some silly stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know where they found these guys from. But they were not. They weren't what they were. They weren't doing what they were supposed to do. But Canada was able to make sure that they weather through that storm and get this stuff, you know what I mean, situated. You see what I'm saying? So salute to them. That's all I have to say. You know what I mean?
Okay. Thank you very much for that. I'm gonna definitely get into other key stats that I didn't bring up. Um, in terms of passes, Mexico had 455 passes compared to Canada's 320. Pass accuracy, 80% of the passes that Mexico made were on point. Canada only had 69%. So not even close to a B. So pass accuracy for Mexico was an A. We've already talked about yellow cards. We already talked about offsides. As of right now, in terms of the standings, Canada, yes, Canada leads the CONCACAF region in World Cup qualifying for the first time ever with 16 points, 13 goals for, only 5 goals against. And still, they have not lost a game. Listen, knock on wood. Canada just needs to keep going full throttle. They need to put them necks. They need to put their foot on people's necks. That's what they need to continue to do. On top of that, I don't know for those of you if you don't know, Jamaica got robbed in the USA game.
Oh, really? What happened there?
Yeah.
Please elaborate.
It was basically a 1-1 game. Jamaica scored. Yeah, Jamaica scored in the last minute, and the goal was disallowed. That's what happened in that game. Pretty
Yeah.
crazy scenes there. Yep, that's what happened. Crazy, crazy, crazy scenes. But the most important is Canada needs to, stay on point. Um, Al Selector, hearing the news of the
Yeah.
situation with Jamaica and USA, how do you feel about that with the disallowed goal?
I have to see the goal first and foremost.
Okay.
I got to see what it looks like.
Hmm.
Flip, man. Jamaica scored. Was it
Yeah,
that?
Jamaica
How did it
scored.
go?
The Jamaica scored. Ironically enough, I don't know if you're familiar, but there is a Jamaican striker by the name of Michael Antonio. Used to play for Team USA. Sorry, not Team USA. Used to play for Team England. Got a transfer, and now
Mhm.
he's playing for the Jamaican national team. In his last three starts for Jamaica, he scored 2 goals in 3 games, and he actually scored for Jamaica in this game. For those of you that don't know, Michael Antonio actually plays for West Ham United in the English Premier League. And let me tell you, my boy is on fire. You know the legs on that boy? Yo, the boy did get speed. I know comparison, but I think he's the Usain Bolt of Jamaican football right now. Shout out to Luther Shelton. Rest in peace. But the best of the best that Jamaica has ever seen. Rest in peace, Luther Shelton. But yeah,
Yeah.
another interesting fact also.
So wait, hold up one sec,
Um,
hold up one sec. So what happened with the goal
mhm.
though? What happened with that goal?
Actually, I
So,
didn't see it. I just kind of
oh,
got a quick news flash, and I
okay.
said, what, after the show, I'm gonna check it out because I just wanted to be concentrated on the Team Canada game as much as possible. Because let's be honest, you don't want to lose focus. You want to be sharp, and then it's just better to kind of mention all the other stuff that's going on, but not to really stick on that. Because right now it's all about Canada, not Canada basketball, but Canada soccer. But you know what it is.
Yeah, I
Un-
know exactly what it is, bro. Definitely.
but another interesting fact, I don't know if you know this. In terms of Canada facing Mexico, Canada has beaten Mexico before, but the actual last time Canada has beaten Mexico, I believe it was Worldcup 2000 in the quarterfinal when they beat Mexico. I don't remember the scoreline, but that was the last time they beat Mexico. So it's what,
Mm,
2020? It's 2021 now, right? So we're talking 20 something years.
yeah,
This Team Canada is a real deal. If you're Canadian and you're out there, make sure you follow this team because this
facts.
team is dangerous. John Herdman, you're doing a great job. I'm really proud of you and I'm really proud of your boys. Speaking of which, also, for any Ghanaians out there, you must be really happy to hear that there's two Ghanaians on the squad. One by the name of Richie Lyra. Larea, it is what it is. Um, he's a defender for the Canadian national team. Plus, he also plays for TFC. And, the second Ghanaian, Alfonso Davies, and plays for Bayern Munich. And also a Champions League winner. So, how do you feel about, the Ghanaian contingent on the national team of Team Canada? Mind you, there's also Jamaicans on the squad, Trinis on the squad, Uruguayans, etc., etc., etc. There's many different cultures on this squad. But how do you feel
Y'all,
about the Ghana contingent? And then let's talk about the international cultures on the squad.
I think overall, like the contingent is good, but the reality is though they play Canadian style of football, regardless of where they're from. The style that they play is a product of the style that we teach out here in Canada. You see
Hmm.
what I'm saying? It's not
Hmm.
like each culture. When you look at the way those other countries play, like Ghana, Uruguay, and stuff, we don't play like them.
Hmm.
Stylistic, we don't play like them. We have our own style of football, and you're starting to get to see it as a whole. And it's funny too. It's not like very flashy. It's not like smash mouth. It's almost like get it how you can get it and get it in the back of the net. And I think that's a testament to the way that these guys are taught to play football over here in Canada.
Hmm.
We're not taught to play like other countries like Italy or like because we got guys from I think what's his name from TFC, what's his face over here, who plays for Team Canada.
Jonathan Osorio.
Yeah, where's he from? He's from Portugal, right?
No, Jonathan Osorio is Spanish.
Spanish. He's a Spaniard
Mhm.
guy, and he doesn't
Yeah,
play like a Spaniard player. None of these guys actually play like where their lineage is from, which is good because you know what? Stylistically, it just wouldn't work. It wouldn't mesh. You see what I'm saying?
hmm,
Stylistically, they play the Canadian style of football, which is great. You know, Canada's a is a country that basically has people from all over. And to popular belief, we do have people from Canada actually live in Canada too, just for people's
that's true.
information out here. We have all types of people from everywhere. But the great part about this team is the fact that this team, and like you said, Kyle Lauren, he's from the Caribbean Isles, right? And the
Jamaica.
fact that but he doesn't play like a Jamaican football player. You know, he plays like a Canadian football player because he's a product of the Canadian system here.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Those goals that he was scoring off the reflections and stuff like that. Amazing goals. Shouts to the guy Louis, by the way, in the comment section. He said if Canada gets in, it would be the greatest sports moment for our country.
I
Exactly.
agree.
And that's the thing. And it's a testament to the country as a whole, like our country, because you know what? We have a system here. There's a lot of people who sacrificed and put in from we noticed it in the 2000s, bro. Like people were sacrificing when we were kids coming up and trying to create these programs and these things, these situations for Canadian football to play, for kids to actually be able to one day make it to the World Cup or one day actually be able to compete with the rest of the world. And we didn't come up and create go and start stealing styles. Some coaches were coming in trying to get we have to play like this, we have to play like this, or we have to play and no identity. What we did was we grabbed our own style from the programs here that myself and my guy over here, Ghana's number one blogger. And people don't know my guy's Ghana's number one blogger was a coach at one point. He wasn't coaching any style. He was coaching the Canadian style of football from and what he was doing was he was monitoring other styles from other places and using those techniques and adding it to our style of football. You see what I'm saying? So, contrary to popular belief, bro, Canada as a whole, we're playing the Canadian style. We're gonna take that style to other places, and we're dominating. We're beating teams like Mexico. We're beating some of the top teams with their own system and their own style of football. So these guys all come from different places, but the reality is, yo, they're playing the Canadian style. I'm proud of these guys. Salute to these men right here.
Oh yeah, and just so you know, guys, don't feel shy. I've definitely put um the link to the stream. If you want to join the stream, don't be shy. Just chime in. If you want to come talk, man, yo, don't be shy. Another thing, just to confirm, if you guys don't know, yes, I said Jonathan Osorio is Spanish, but when we talk about where he's from, he's actually a product of Colombian parents. His parents were actually born in Medellin, Colombia. So just to let you guys know, obviously
Exactly.
Colombia
Salute to
has a
him.
beautiful, soccer background, as in Valderrama to Escobar to Chiche, not Chicho, um, James Rodriguez, also
James
playing for Colombia.
Rodriguez. Yep, yep, yep.
So Colombia
Yep.
has a
Shouts to my
very
guy
rich
Martin
soccer culture.
Martinez Jackson. Shout out to my
Martinez
guy
Jackson for
Martinez Jackson.
Atlanta United,
Yeah,
MLS.
and salute to the
Martinez.
one, the only, Atletico Madrid legend. You already know what it is. Salute to him, Ramadal Falcao.
Radamel Falcao. Shout out
Shout
to
out to
him.
him. And the reality is, Osario doesn't even play like none of those guys. Stylistically, he plays the Canadian style of football. Get it how you
And
get it. Attack, play defense accordingly. Don't even though you might not be the fastest, you might not be the strongest, but stick with your opponent, and that's it.
you know what's one thing that's really interesting? Maybe you didn't know. Jonathan Osorio, who plays for TFC, actually had a stint at one point with Nacional. And if you guys are familiar with Nacional, they're a big team in South America, and they have also won, I believe, Copa America once or twice. So shout out to what they're doing in South America. Copa America, great things coming from there. Um, Guys, I guess we don't really need to go in any further. It was definitely a great game. Canada, they're definitely not satisfied. This is definitely a landmark win for the Canadian program. Canada beats Mexico 2-1. Guys, again, don't feel shy. Louis, if you want to chime in and you want to be a part of the broadcast, you should come through. But again, essentially, this has been a beautiful broadcast. This is definitely a special edition podcast, special edition match reaction. Canada, Canada. What a great game. Kyle effing Laren to the world. He ain't finished, but bro, my boy put on a show. It was matters, as we would say. Homegrown talent. Now it's really starting to show. We need to get to Qatar before the 2026 showcase in Canada, USA, and Mexico. I am GHN01 blogger. This is Al Selector. Al Selector, would you like to add some words? Let people know where they can follow you, and let them know who Al
Salute,
Selector be.
salute to my guy GNH number one blogger. First and foremost, people need to recognize this guy's been doing this for a long time now. He's been talking about this for a long time now. So I'm just proud to see the fact that he's here and he's talking about this during this time right now, and a time where it's very important and very monumental, because a lot of the work that he's put in, because I haven't even put nothing close to the work he's put in to doing this. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of work he's put in, we're starting to see the fruits of the labor from the product of the Canadian system. I mean, this system has been going through a lot of turmoil, a lot of hardship, a lot of dark times throughout the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, but we're into the 2020s now. And now we're on the cusp of potentially doing something special. Salute to my guy GNH, because he's the only one out here really covering this. A lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon now, but he was out here doing this throughout the dark days, man. And best believe, if we make it to that World Cup, you will see myself and GNH will take the pilgrim to where we need to go, and that's over there to the UAE to hold it down for our city. I'd like to thank everyone. I'd like to thank the city of Ontario. I'd like to thank GTA Soccer. I'd like to thank Canadian soccer as a whole. And I would like to thank my guy GNH number one blogger.
Thank you, Al Selector. That was amazing words. I'm very touched. I really appreciate you, man. Definitely being in this industry 14 years and not having a face, and now, deciding to, come out to be like, now stop just doing the writing. People need to see your face. Again, this is thankless work. I love what I do. I love this platform. Guys, continue. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hashtag GHN01blogger. And guys, have yourself a wonderful night. Bye bye.